Welcome, my friends. I'm Jen Hilman. Thank you so much for joining me today for this replay of my live yoga class, Vin Yin, Relax. This practice is designed to help you relax and unwind, and we will be utilizing some yoga props in our practice today. So you'll need 2 yoga blocks and a yoga strap. And with that, you can roll out your mat. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, leave me a comment below, and enjoy your flow. So we'll begin sitting in a comfortable seat, taking this opportunity to drop into yourself. And we start with the breath. Just becoming aware of that continuous flow, that endless ocean, waving in and out. And the breath is continuously moving and always flowing. How quickly we forget. The more you can observe your breath, the more relaxation you will feel. For indeed, your breath is the most gratifying, satisfying thing to your body and to your spirit. Savor each breath as it moves in and out. And feel yourself already beginning to relax and unwind. Slowly begin to roll your head around. It's nice and easy. Gently awakening your neck. Noticing where it may be tight or stiff. Just letting that movement gently flow. And as you're ready, you can reverse directions and roll your head the other way. Notice how one direction may feel a little different than the other. And then you can slowly begin to float your head back up to center. And from here, reach your left hand across to your right knee. Bring your right hand onto your hip. We'll just take a little baby twist here. So really twisting more from the upper back, through the ribs and through the shoulders, while stabilizing through the hips and the core. You can turn your gaze over your right shoulder. Or maybe you start to feel a stretch across the left side of your neck there. Just breathing into whatever sensations you feel in this gentle twist. And we'll slowly release and make your way back to the front. And you can circle your right hand to your left knee, bringing your left hand onto your hip, stabilizing through your pelvis. We just take a little twist, really twisting through the upper middle back. Then you can rotate your gaze all the way over to the left. Notice the stretch you feel here. Breathe slow and deep, inviting more relaxation. And gently make your way back to the front. On your next inhale, circle your arms all the way up. Lift up out of your waist, hug your belly in, stretch up nice and tall. Then interlace your hands behind your head. Stretching your elbows wide, we'll just gently begin to tick-tock, leaning your body from right to left. So again, we're kind of working the middle and upper part of the spine. So getting this flexion kind of through the rib cage, around the shoulder girdle. All right, and you can move as slow or as fast as you like. And just make sure that you take it to a place where you really feel a good stretch, a good movement from side to side. And we'll slowly begin to make your way back to center so you can complete the cycle that you're on. No rush. Coming all the way back to center, we'll inhale together and lift up through the crown of your head, growing tall in your spine. Stretch your elbows wide, and as you exhale, gently begin to lean your head back, opening through your chest. Stretch the elbows wide. Feel that stretch in your chest and your shoulders and into the upper back. And we'll inhale back to center. Stretch your fingertips high. Lift up. Then exhale and gently fold your body forward over your legs. So just bowing down here, allow your forehead to relax towards the earth. Let the weight of your head drop. Feeling a gentle stretch into the back of your neck and down the length of your spine and all the way into your hips. Breathe into the places that are calling for your attention. Say yes to the relaxation. And slowly walk your hands back in, pressing yourself all the way back up to center. Just take a deep breath in, feeling what you feel. We'll slowly begin to transition to your tabletop position. So you can roll forward over your shins and set up a nice, sturdy table. And we are going to go ahead and pull in your blocks here. So of course, if you only have one block, you can still just have your hands on the floor. If you have two blocks, I recommend turning your blocks to the medium height. So it's not quite the lowest, it's not quite the tallest. It's right there in the middle. So this kind of makes you like a drafting table. So a little bit elevated on one end, but this gives you a little bit of lift, which can allow us to explore more movement in your cat and cow. So pressing into your blocks, let's inhale and lift your heart through your forearms, rolling your shoulders down your back, draw your rib cage forward. Curl your tailbone up towards the sky. You can even traction your knees apart here and feel that lift up through the crown of your head. Then as you exhale, hug your belly up and in,
Tuck your chin to your chest and curl your tailbone under. Press against your blocks so you feel a stretch across the back of your shoulder blades. Then let's inhale and open. You can move slowly, guided by the rhythm of your breath. Glide your shoulder blades down your back and let your heart reach forward towards the front edge of your mat. Hug your belly up and in as you exhale and gently curl yourself in, tucking the chin down, scooping the tailbone under, press up through your spine. Then one more time, we'll inhale, open it up. So really feel the movement come to life, engaging all the muscles of your body. Then exhale and gently curl it in, using the strength of your core to lift you up. Slowly make your way back to center. We'll glide your hips down to your heels. You can walk your blocks forward a little bit, and we're going to come into a child's pose with your hands resting on the tops of your blocks. So we come into that gentle restorative shape of the child's pose, but with the hands on the blocks, you get a deeper stretch into your shoulders. So this is a good place to take a deep breath. Feel that opening through your shoulders. Allow the tension to relax. Softening into this stretch for 3, 2, and 1. Now press against your blocks and lift your heart. Then we're going to glide your blocks in towards your knees. Not quite all the way, just moving the blocks a little closer in. Then from here, bring your elbows onto your blocks. And bring the palms of your hands together. We'll begin to soften your heart down towards the mat, and you can bend your elbows so your thumbs fold in towards the nape of your neck. So again, we're taking this into an even deeper stretch into the shoulders. It's very important to be present with that deep breath, inviting more space, more openness, more relaxation, one breath at a time. Then extend your arms out in front of you, reaching out through your fingertips, soften your chest towards the mat, and then slowly press yourself all the way back up. You can glide your blocks forward again, extending out through your arms. Then we're going to come into a supported down dog. Curling your toes under, begin to lift your hips high, supporting your weight underneath the blocks, right? So we're pressing into your blocks to help you get more space through the chest and shoulders. Reach your heels towards the earth. Of course, you can pedal out your feet if that helps you get a good stretch into your legs. Whatever you need here, take care of yourself as we gently open into this down dog. Now pressing against your blocks, turn your gaze under your left arm. So you're looking towards the left, and as you draw your right shoulder down, you may start to feel a great stretch into the right side of your neck. So just kind of play with that, a little adjustment until you feel the stretch along the right side of your neck and shoulder. Then we'll slowly roll the gaze through center and all the way under the right arm. So letting the gaze rotate all the way to the second side. Just making any little micro adjustments, any little movements in your pose to help you find the stretch that your body is craving. And then gently fold your gaze back to center. Take a deep breath in. And exhale a deep breath out. Then slowly start to walk your feet forward, one step at a time. Making your way into a forward fold. You can walk up to your blocks and let yourself fold your body down from here. So I love using blocks under the hands when I come into forward fold, and this is something I recommend to folks who are beginners or who just have really tight legs. It's like you bring the earth a little closer to you so it becomes easier to, support your weight under your hands and get into a deeper fold as you gently stretch into your legs. Now let's press into your blocks, extending through your arms. Inhale your breath, reaching out through the crown of your head. We lift halfway. So really finding that length through the spine here. Then exhale and gently fold your body back down. Reaching down to the earth through the crown of your head. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift and extend through the spine, reaching your heart forward. Lengthening through your back. We'll exhale and gently fold, releasing it back down to the earth. So just getting a nice flow with the breath all the way to the bottom of the exhale. And we'll inhale and unwind. Lengthening through the spine, breathing all the way to the top of the breath. And then we exhale and release, gently folding your body back down. Now shift your weight onto your right foot. We'll inhale and lift your heart and extend up through your left heel. So we're lifting and lengthening through the spine as you lift and lengthen through the left leg. And then reach your left toes down to the back edge of your mat. So we're stepping down into a lunge. You can go ahead and lower your right knee or your left knee down to the floor. Then make a little adjustment here so you bring your foot in between your two blocks. All right, so your blocks are kind of on either side of the right foot there. So this is another stretch we do a lot, but I really love to do with blocks. So you've got a little more support through the blocks so you can lift up higher, extending up through the crown of your head. So press into those blocks, giving you leverage to lift up higher, and you'll feel more of a stretch across the front of the left hip and even across the front of the abdomen there as well. So we'll take one more big inhale, lifting up through your chest, pressing into your blocks, curl your heart open. Then we'll exhale and gently glide your hips back. Extending through your right leg. We'll still have the blocks here to support you, helping you lift up through the chest and draw back through your tailbone. So of course, if the hamstrings are tight, we want to curl the hips under. So the challenge in this pose is to draw the sitting bones up and back. That's going to increase the tension in the hamstring for a deeper stretch. Then we'll take one more big breath in, pressing into the blocks, lengthen through the crown of your head. Then let's open the right fingertips to the sky. And notice how this variation, supported by the block, gives you a different sensation than when we do this, with the hand on the floor. So just observing the changes. Then slowly release your right hand back down onto your block. Shift your weight forward back into your lunge. Lift your left knee off of the floor. I'm going to press into your blocks and just hover your right foot off the floor. So really toning the core here. Hug the right knee in. Then we'll press your hips up and back, and extend the right leg to the sky. Take a big stretch here, then gently float your right foot down to the floor. Coming back into that supported down dog, opening through your chest, lifting the hips high. And we'll slowly walk your feet forward again, coming back to the top of your mat. Moving into that forward fold. Use the support of your blocks to help you fold deeper, extending down through the crown of your head, lengthening through your spine. Stretch into the backs of your legs. Then we'll press into your blocks, lift your heart, lengthen through your spine, and shift your weight onto the left foot. We'll extend up through your right leg, hugging the muscles strong, a nice powerful right leg. As you reach your heart forward, kick your right heel high. Then we'll step that right foot down to the back edge of your mat and set yourself up in a nice lunge. You can lower your right knee down and situate your blocks so they are on either side of your left foot. And then we'll lunge the weight forward into the left leg. Press into your blocks to lift up through your chest. Feel that sense of lift and lengthening. You find more height as you use the blocks to support you. We grow up even higher, deepening the stretch. Take one more inhale here. Make it your best. Then as you exhale, we'll gently glide the hips back, coming into your half split. So again, the blocks can help you build that solid architecture so that you get the best stretch possible. So we lift up through the chest, pressing into your blocks, and actively pull back on the sitting bone. So we draw the left sitting bone back, lifting the tailbone up so you feel a little curve in the low back. Yeah, a good deep stretch here. Now we're going to take it into that revolved variation, pressing into the right block. Begin to open your left fingertips to the sky and notice how this feels a little bit different than when your hands are on the floor, right? For me, it's a little bit deeper actually. So this allows me to get more access into a more juicy stretch by using the support of my props. As you're ready, with your own timing, you can slowly begin to release the left hand back down. We'll shift the weight forward into the left foot. Place your hands into your blocks, really firm, solid foundation with the hands. Curl your right toes under, lift up that right knee. Now here we go. We're just gonna hover left foot off the floor. So hug that left knee in, really feel your core muscles strengthening here. Then we'll press the left leg up and back, extending through your heel. Press evenly into your blocks, finding more openness through your chest and shoulders. Then we'll slowly release, letting the left foot come all the way down. Just take this moment to reset in your down dog. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, a deep breath out. And slowly lower your knees all the way down to the floor and sink your hips back to your heels. And so again, we're coming into a little child's pose with the hands and arms supported by the blocks. You can adjust your blocks if need be so that you are in a comfortable position that feels good for your body. So this is such a personal journey, such a personal experience. Make it yours. And then we'll slowly press yourself back up into a supported tabletop position. So coming back onto the hands and knees. And I'm going to have you go ahead and grab your yoga strap. Mine is really long. So for this next stretch that we're going to do, you can have a loop in your strap, or if it's not in a loop, don't even worry. You can just fold your strap in half, and that is the same difference, okay? So for this one, it doesn't really matter. We're going to have that strap handy by your side, then come back to your tabletop position. And pressing into your blocks, we'll inhale to lift your heart, roll your shoulder blades down your back, drawing your heart and chest forward like a king lion, like shining its mane. And then exhale and curl your body in, stretching your back to the sky, really opening through the shoulders here. Okay, then come back into your neutral tabletop. Placing your hands firmly onto your blocks, shift your weight into your left leg, and inhale to lift your right leg up and back. So really tone the leg here, really powerful right leg behind you. Then we'll inhale to lift your heart and lift your heel, stretching the front body long. Then as you exhale, curl it in, drawing your right knee in towards your chest. Squeeze through your core and see if you can tap your knee to your forehead, like really tight squeeze. And then maybe you can step your right foot down in between your blocks. So just another way to transition into a lunge. And if need be, you can adjust either the left knee back a little bit or walk the right foot forward, right? So we're coming back into that lunge. And then from here, I'm gonna have you, okay, options. We're gonna take the right block. You can keep it on the medium setting, or for a deeper stretch where we're about to go, you can turn it to the medium or to the lowest. And actually we're gonna do that on the left block, okay? So you're gonna step your block off the left edge of your mat. Either on the medium setting, bring your forearm down, or you can turn it to the lowest and bring your forearm down there, okay? Choices. Now, take your strap, and we are going to loop your strap across the top of the left foot. All right, so the left forearm is on the block. The strap is on the left foot. Holding onto your strap, begin to pull your heel in towards your hip. So you're pulling the strap forward over your right shoulder, taking you right into that quad stretch. Now you can let the right knee kind of open out towards the right side for a deeper stretch into the right hip. So just take another moment here to explore what you can do in this stretch for 3, 2, 1. And gently release the strap off your foot. Let your left leg come down. Press yourself back to your lunge. You can bring your left block back to its place. Lift your left knee off the floor. Sweep your right leg up and back, kicking that right leg high. Get a good deep stretch here. Then gently release your right foot back down to the floor. Take a deep breath in. Exhale a deep breath out. And then gently lower your knees to the earth, coming back into your supported tabletop. Press against your blocks. Inhaling, lift up through your chest, rolling your shoulder blades down your back. Stretch your belly long. Then exhale and curl it in, engaging the strength of your core as you stretch your spine to the sky. Then gently make your way back to neutral, coming to that nice tabletop. We'll shift your weight over into the right leg and extend your left leg up and back behind you. Hug the muscles on the bone. We have a really powerful left leg. Then inhale to lift your heart, roll your shoulders down as you kick up through the left heel, kicking the leg straight. Then we'll exhale and curl it all in, engaging the strength of your core. Hug that knee forward, tuck your chin to your chest, and maybe you can tap your knee to your forehead. Then see if you can draw that foot all the way forward, coming into a lunge. And you can make whatever little adjustments you need to make your lunge work for you. Okay, so now we are going to take the right block off to the right side of your mat. You can keep it on this same medium height, or you can turn it one lower. Then we'll bring the forearm down wherever you're going with that. Okay, so now we're in like a modified lizard pose, right? Where we normally would try and bring the forearms down to the floor. You can always use your blocks, bringing your forearms onto your blocks. And here, we're using the block to support us so that we are lifted up a little higher so we can get into that juicy quad stretch. Okay, so take your strap. We're gonna loop the strap around your right foot. Okay, so now you've got your strap in your left hand. We're gonna begin to pull that strap forward over the left shoulder. It's like throwing a backpack over your shoulder, right? So we're pulling that strap forward, getting right into the top of the right thigh. This is my driving leg. So this quad gets tight from driving. So this is a great way to stretch it out. Now you can let the left knee kind of open towards the side. That'll get you a little deeper stretch into the left hip. We'll take one more good full round of breath here. Just say yes. Inhale. Exhale. And we'll go ahead and let it go. You can release your strap, let your right leg come down. Coming back to center, bring your right block back to its place. We're gonna tuck the right toes, lift up that knee, press into your blocks and extend the left leg up and back. Big stretch in your tripod, kick it up. And then gently release the left foot all the way back down. Supported down dog. Take a deep breath in. And exhale a deep breath out. And slowly lower your knees all the way down to the earth. You can sink your hips back, coming back into that supported child's pose. With the arms extending out, hands resting on your blocks, we breathe into the chest and shoulders. So it should feel a lot more open by now. We should feel a lot more spaciousness in the shoulder girdle, even in the breath. As we stretch and move the body, we create more elasticity. We improve the functioning of the muscles so we can take a deeper breath, so we can increase the range of motion. So just feel the remnants of your practice and how it's evolving you, even in this very moment. And we'll slowly press yourself up through that tabletop. Go ahead and walk your knees forward, and we're going to come all the way back down into a seat. All right, so there's some wonderful ways that we can use our props for kind of restorative practice, where we can let ourselves get deeper into our stretches by using the support of our props. I'm just doing a little time check here. Yep, we're doing good. So here is one way that you can use your props to help you get a deeper stretch. We're going to just use one block. And we'll start by bringing the soles of the feet together and letting your knees open wide. Hold on to your ankles here and lift up through the crown of your head. So you can gently press your knees down towards the earth, and we already start to access the stretch into your hips. So we'll take a deep breath in, lifting up through the crown of your head. Roll your shoulders down your back. And as you exhale, gently lean into your stretch. So we hinge at the hips. Try to keep your spine long and the shoulders down. We'll take one more breath in here, extending and reaching out through the crown of your head. And then exhale and gently fold yourself forward, coming all the way down into your best stretch. Okay? So you can stay right here, or you can use a block, bringing your block forward, either on the medium setting, you could do it on the lowest, or you could do it on the highest setting. And let your forehead rest onto your block. So this is one way that you can access a little bit deeper relaxation in your stretch. And if one block isn't quite enough, you can stack your second block on top. You can adjust the height and the setting. Or you could even take it to that tallest setting. So find that placement that's working for you. And we're just going to hang out here for another couple of breaths. Allowing yourself to deeply release, really let go, giving yourself permission. So let those muscles relax. Let that tension melt away. Take that deeper breath. Now, press yourself slowly back up to a seat. Okay, so we're coming up to center. Now here's where it starts to get really yummy. We're going to take that block. We're going to place it between your 2 feet. So you want it to be on the most narrow setting between your 2 feet. You can do it wider, but it's just going to get way more intense. So we'll just start here, working from the narrowest setting between your 2 feet. You can bring your other block forward. And again, we're going to hold on to the ankles. Roll your shoulders down your back. Inhale to lift and lengthen your spine. And already from here, you are going to feel a deeper stretch into the hips and inner thighs. Oh yes, we are going there. Take one more deep breath in, lift up through your chest, roll your shoulders down your back, then exhale and gently lean into the stretch. Even if you just like baby lean, just a tiny little bit, just slightly hinging forward, right? So find that deeper stretch, just reaching your heart forward. We'll take one more inhale here. Lengthen out through the crown of your head. Then we'll exhale and fold it all the way down, whatever all the way down is for you, okay? So you may need to make some adjustments in where your blocks are placed or how deep you can go. And this is a journey of exploration and discovery. So there's no pressure to perform. There's no right. There's no perfection. There's just experiencing. That's it. Whatever you're experiencing is
for you to discover and to breathe into. And say yes to your body as it slowly opens over time. Take another full round of breath in and out. And slowly walk yourself back up, sitting all the way back up into your seat. Okay. Can remove the block from between your feet. Fold your knees in like a book and just hug your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a little squeeze. Like, yeah, okay, hips, thank you. Okay, so we are going to kind of build on top of that hip stretch. We're going to use the strap here. And this time, for this particular stretch, you do want to make a big loop with your strap, okay? Now this can be a little tricky to describe, so I want you to pay attention closely, and if you feel confused, you can ask a question. Okay, so you're gonna start by making a really big loop with your strap. Okay? Bring the tail of your strap in front of you, and you're gonna bring your strap over your head, over your shoulders, and all the way around your waist. Okay, so now your strap is like behind your waist, like a belt or something. Now, bring the soles of your feet together in front of you. And you've got your belt stretched out wide. Now you're gonna loop your belt around the outside edges of your feet. Okay, so my belt is coming up and over the top of my thighs and then looped under the outer edges of the feet. Then once you have that set up, you can tighten your strap. So you want to tighten that belt, tighten the loop until it's just like a nice medium snugness. All right. Are you guys good with that? Or are you confused about what to do with your strap? Speak now, or we're moving on. Okay, great. Now, we're gonna take your 2 blocks. And you're gonna set your blocks up like a capital letter T behind you. And there will be a little space between the leg of the T and the top of the T. Does that make sense? So you set it up behind you. Ha. Okay. Now, this may take a little adjusting to get really comfortable in, but basically, once you have your strap set up and you have your block set up, we're gonna gently begin to walk your hands back and lie back onto your blocks. So the leg of the T is gonna go between your 2 shoulder blades. So you should feel it right in the middle, like right behind your heart. And then the top of the T is gonna go under your head. All right? So you may need to try a couple of times. You may need to adjust a little here and there. You may need to tighten your strap because we want that strap to help you get a good stretch into the hips, feeling really supported here. And then you can open your arms out towards the sides, feeling a gentle stretch into your chest and shoulders. And we're just going to pause and stay in this place and breathe. So in this pose, the props are doing a lot of the work for you. Gravity
is doing the rest of the work. So all that you need to do is breathe and practice deeper and deeper layers of letting go. And if you feel a desire to take it a little bit deeper, you can circle your arms up over your head, gently resting one hand into the other. And let your elbows fall open to the sides. You can take yourself into a deeper chest and shoulder stretch. But if that feels too intense, if it's not pleasurable, just open your arms out to the side. That's great. It can feel really, really good, and you can get a great stretch across your chest. And if taking that additional modification with the arms overhead is working for you, and if that's helping you get more goodness out of this moment, do whatever you need to do to make it work for you. Slow down your breathing. Allow yourself to feel everything that's coming up in your body right now. Breathe love and compassion to everything that's coming up in your mind right now. And slowly begin to press yourself all the way up. And I do mean slowly. You can really go easy here. Take your time, making your way all the way back up to your seat. And then before we remove our strap, let's just walk your hands forward and go ahead and fold all the way down. And if you liked having your block in front of you, you can grab a block and bring it around to the front. So you can just fold forward here and notice how this feels different. Feeling more open and more spacious here. Finding room for a deeper breath. Maybe you feel a new level of stretch. Maybe you're able to stretch and access areas that you weren't stretching before, because there were other muscles that you had to stretch first before you could get to these muscles. It really works like that, like layer upon layer upon layer. That's why this practice is never ending. Slowly begin to roll yourself all the way back up. You can set your blocks off to the side. Remove your strap. And when you're ready, you can come all the way down onto your back. So as you come down onto your back, go ahead and hug your knees in and give yourself a little squeeze, just feeling that love and appreciation for yourself. Good deep squeeze here. And we're gonna make our way into that relaxation pose, extending your legs down to the end of your mat. Just wiggle your fingers and your toes. Making any little adjustments you need to feel that
deep relaxation on your mat. As you close your eyes and let your body unwind, feel your breath slowing down. Just take a little scan of your body and let any areas that are still holding on start to soften and relax. And just feel that wave of relaxation washing over you, just like the endless wave of your breath. Slowly begin to draw your awareness back into your body. Coming back to presence with your breath. And you can slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes, gently beginning to reawaken the body. You can roll your wrists and ankles around, and roll your head side to side. And stretch your arms up over your head and take a nice, long, full body stretch. And roll yourself over to one side, just letting yourself gently make the journey back to sitting. Slowly coming all the way back up. You can close your eyes here, staying connected to that deep, slow breath. Bring your hands to a prayer position at your heart, acknowledging yourself in the practice. Thank yourself for showing up, for making time to be on your mat, to be in your body, and to be with your breath. Thank yourself for filling your own cup. And thank you for allowing me to be your guide and to walk with you on this journey. Namaste.